Welcome, dear viewers. Here, we give you the latest, trusted, and reliable information. Giuliani appears to have entered talks with January 6 committee. But before we continue, dear viewers, please, if you are new here, encourage us by subscribing to our channel and hit the notification bell so you will always be the first to get the latest updates. Donald Trump should be shifting bricks. Now, Rudy Giuliani has begun discussions with the January 6 committee about testifying and answering their questions. Well, if Rudy flips, Trump will be, in my opinion, both heading rapidly to Brazil in view that there is no extradition treaty between the United States and Brazil, Russia if Putin will have him, or to the closest intellectual group from the breakdown he will go through, understanding that he'll be in jail for a lengthy time. I suppose I'll begin popping the corn now and baking the pie due to the fact you continually want pie for a talk show in what should be a foremost breakthrough. Rudy Giuliani is reportedly in talks with the House January 6 committee about responding to its questions. Giuliani, Donald Trump's non-public attorney, helped lead the former president's efforts to overturn the effects of the 2020 election. The extent of any help that Mr. Giuliani would possibly furnish stays uncertain, and the negotiations could effortlessly fall apart. In particular, as Mr. Trump continues to publicly rail towards the investigation. The New York Times suggested Saturday night, but Mr. Giuliani via his lawyer has signaled to the committee that he plans to take a much less confrontational stance towards its requests than some different contributors of Mr. Trump's internal circle who are struggling the committee's subpoenas or have in any other case refused to cooperate. The committee's subpoenaed Giuliani last month, and his willingness to cooperate might also endorse he desires to keep away from a costly court docket fight. The NIT reported, noting that he has currently suffered different, probably high-priced criminal setbacks. Should Mr. Giuliani eventually supply the committee with important cooperation, it would be a main step forward for the investigation and a breach in the relationship between Mr. Trump and one of his closest, if most challenging advisors. The NIT reported one individual acquainted with the situation stated that Mr. Giuliani was nevertheless negotiating over whether or not to supply investigators in casual interview or a formal deposition, and that he had no longer yet decided how tons facts he would possibly searching for to protect from the committee by invoking government privilege or attorney-client privilege with Mr. Trump. Responding to the NIT report, MSNBC criminal analyst Joyce Vance wrote, Giuliani has certainly performed this out in his head. He is aware of how prosecutions work. He both receives caught keeping the bag for Trump and perchance don't survive in jail, or he cooperates, if he can, and has some hope of salvaging something of his life. That's all for now, dear viewers. Subscribe and stay connected for more.
Audio Jungle.